Hey friends, Mrs. Matway here to give you a little tutorial on how to create north, east, south, west flashcards. The reason why we create these flashcards is to become a little bit more familiar with the countries in a specific region. We want to be able to close our eyes and see the picture of that region and answer questions like, what countries are north of Mexico? What is to the east of Barbados? So in this tutorial, I will show you how to create these flashcards in order to practice and learn more and improve your mental map of the world. So you're going to need a few materials in order to do this. You will need some blank, I have little pieces of paper here because I didn't have note cards. That works out fine. We're going to need a pen or a pencil. You're going to need a list of the countries you need to make these cards for, okay, the countries you're trying to improve your mental map of the world with. And you will also need an atlas. Obviously, you don't need this atlas. You can use any atlas or any map of the region. So I have all my materials. Now I'm going to get started with making my north, east, south, west flashcards. So the first country that I need to make a flashcard for, according to my list right now, is Antigua and Barbuda. So I'm going to write that name of that country on the front of my card, just like this. Okay. And on the back, I'm going to list N for north, E for east, south, S for south, and W for west. Okay. If you don't know your directions, north, east, south, and west, this would be a great time to look it up on Google, figure out which direction goes where, and draw yourself a little compass rose on your card. So I'm going to do that for myself right now. So you can see I have a little compass rose there so I can understand better. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find Antigua and Barbuda in my atlas, and I see it right here. And I'm going to list all the countries that are directly north of this country. Countries that we've studied already. So we're focusing on Middle America and the Caribbean. So if I go north, according to this map, I don't hit any countries in north of Antigua and Barbuda, so I'm going to list none. There are no countries north of Antigua and Barbuda. Okay, now I'm going to go to east. So if I travel east according to this map, there are no countries. So I'm going to also write none for east. I'm doing the same for south. So if I go south of Antigua and Barbuda, I hit some other territories that we haven't studied, so I'm not going to write those down. But if I keep going south, the first country that I have studied that I see is Dominica. So I'm going to write in Dominica. So if Mrs. Matway asks me a question on my map challenge, what country is south of Antigua and Barbuda, you're going to write in Dominica. Okay, so now my last one is west. So if I go west of Antigua and Barbuda, I actually hit St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts. And all right, you can see I wrote that in there. And I might actually want to go a little bit further. If I go even further, all the way across, following a straight line, I actually will also hit Belize all the way in Middle America. So I'm also going to write in Belize. Okay, so you can see now I have my northeast southwest card for Antigua and Barbuda. Let's try one more. So my next country, which is a group of islands, also known as an archipelago, is the Bahamas. So I'm going to write the Bahamas on the front. All right. And then on the back, I'm going to write N for north. I'm going to write E for east, S for south, W for west. I'm going to draw in my compass rose again so I learn those. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller this time. All right, so you can see I have my card all ready to go. Okay. And I'm going to list. Okay, so the Bahamas is huge, so I have to kind of look at this big square. So if I go north of the Bahamas, I actually do hit the country of the United States. I'm going to write that down, United States. All right. Now let's do east. If I go east of the Bahamas, there are no countries there. There is an ocean, but we haven't really talked about the oceans yet. So I'm just going to say none because there are no countries. All right, and then we're going to south. So if I go south, depending on where I am in the Bahamas, I'm going to hit a few countries. So if I'm right here and I go south, I'm in Cuba. If I'm right here and I go south, I'm in Haiti. So I'm going to list Haiti and Cuba as my options for if I was in Haiti and I were to travel south. Okay. And then I'm going to do west. So like I said, this is huge. If I go west of the Bahamas, I actually run into the United States again, depending on where I am. If I go west, I might also hit Cuba. Wow, this is crazy. And if I go west, depending on where I am, I might actually end up in Mexico if I was to travel in a straight line west. Okay, so you can see I listed those 3, and some of them are repeats because the Bahamas is a large area because it's a group of islands. So these were 2 samples on how to create these North, East, Southwest flashcards, NESW for short. So now what I'd like you to do is go and try to make these flashcards yourself with your specific countries that you need to improve your mental map on. Good luck.